Nebraska's 2027 recruiting class is going to change everything. It is going to be generational for the Big Red. The Huskers already have the 7th best class in America, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We are just getting started. The Huskers are going after multiple 4-star and 5-star names. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a loaded recruiting update. I'm going to break down the top 10 prospects Nebraska is going after in this 27 cycle, multiple 5-star offensive linemen, speedy wide receivers, big-time DBs, some guys they can't afford to miss out on, and a couple other inside bits as the video progresses. So really quick, this video is loaded from start to finish. Hit that like button if you're fired up. And also, the season's almost here. If you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? For daily content, talking favorite team, talking Huskers, it is a no-brainer. It takes seconds. Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, we have a lot to talk about. Let's face it, this Nebraska 2027 recruiting class is going to be absolutely generational. We already have 2 5-star commits in Tory Pittman and Trey Taylor, and we're just going to start. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We're going after more 5-stars. We're going after multiple must-get 4-stars. So we're going to go over, in total, the top 10 guys that we're pursuing that we can't miss in this recruiting class. You're going to be shocked by these names because all of these guys we're about to talk about, Nebraska has a legit chance at landing. Either they've already visited Lincoln or they're going to visit this fall. Nebraska has made their top list. So all these guys are very realistic. And then at the end of the video, I'll give you an update around how this is going to happen in total, how many games we need to win, the NIL factor, and everything else you need to know. So with that being said, we're going to go from number 10 all the way down to number 1. Let's get things started with number 10. A player Nebraska has been searching for over these past couple weeks, a brand new name. The number 1 player in the state of Utah, one of the top edge rushers in the country, Crew Jones. Now, this is somebody who I just watched his film a couple days ago because we've seen the headlines around him in Nebraska. He's going to visit the Huskers early on in the season. We're in his top list along with some other big-time schools like Oregon, Ohio State. So I turned on his film and I fell in love with this game. He reminds me of a crossbreed of Garrett Nelson, Ty Robinson, and Levante David, where he's so physical from start to finish. He's going to play after the whistle. He's going to get to the quarterback at a high level. You know that coming off the edge, but he's so great in the running game. He's going to fight through double teams. But more than anything, man, he has that black shirt mentality. He's going to do anything it takes to win, to make a game-changing play. Crew Jones is phenomenal. And for that reason, it's not too shocking that Nebraska is one of his top teams because he's already fell in love with his culture. He's fell in love with the coaching staff. Well, there's a guy like Matt Rule. Again, you got Philip Simpson, you got Rob Dvorak. So Crew Jones, somebody who would fit into Nebraska right away. He's 6'4", 225 pounds, but incredibly physical bull rush type of edge rusher. Nebraska, they need more talent coming off the edge, getting to the quarterback. This is a guy that they must land. But again, it's going to be hard to land a guy like him, as it will be for the rest of these guys. Again, they're all 5-stars, they're all big-time 4-stars, but Crew Jones, absolutely somebody I have eyes out for because Nebraska has been surging for him. All right, that's a good start. Let's get to number 9 for the Big Red. This is somebody who I'm just going to call him right now. He's Tory Pittman 2.0. He's Tory Pittman before Tory Pittman. This is somebody in Samaj Stanford who's 5'10", 185 pounds, but just like Tory, he's incredibly speedy. He can make any play on the football field. He has positional versatility. You can put him at corner. You can put him at nickel, free, strong safety. In my opinion, he's by far the best player in Oklahoma. And Nebraska, we've been recruiting him already for about 2.5 years, since middle school. So it's a 2-horse race right now between Nebraska and Oklahoma. My reasoning is you got Tory Pittman, and he's great, and he's speedy, he's athletic. Why not have 2 speedy athletic safeties who can do anything, who can be future first-round NFL draft picks? They're very familiar with each other already. They're friends. So Samaj Stanford is somebody who's incredible. Absolutely incredible. There's a reason Nebraska's been recruiting him for a long time. But again, it's pretty much down to Nebraska, Oklahoma. He's going to be visiting early on in the season for the Huskers. Samaj Stanford would be a game changer in the secondary. I mean, we just need more speed. We need more speed anywhere, but specifically at safety and at the corner spot. Gone are the days of Nebraska having corners who run 4.6s, 4.7s. Like, that's not happening anymore. We're getting speed everywhere. You can't ever have too much speed. Samaj Stanford fills that hole. Let's go to number 8. Tay Ellis. Let's get some help for our 5-star quarterback. This is somebody that Trey Taylor's made very clear he wants in this class for Nebraska. He's peer recruiting him every single day, but it's not just Trey Taylor. Matt Rule sent him a personalized video from practice a couple weeks ago saying, Tay Ellis, hey, we need you in Lincoln. He's somebody who's 6 foot tall, 170, coming out of Texas, plays the best talent of all high school football. And the things that impressed me the most about him, route running, discipline on and off the field, great catch radius, and more than anything, he's physical. He's physical, right? That's what you expect coming out of Texas. Like, he's going to block at a high level. He's going to fight through contested catches at a high level, right? He's going to fight through man coverage, press coverage. He's a dog, man. And there's a reason why Nebraska, they've made it very clear that they want TLS more than any other receiver in this class. They want to get this done pretty quickly here. So TLS, I'm going to put him at number 8 for the Huskers, a must-get wide receiver. Then let's go to number 7. Let's get Trey Taylor some more help. This time on the offensive line, one of his best friends, Cameron Wagner, also coming out of Illinois, top 200 prospect in America, 6'7", 300 pounds. Now, right off the bat, when it comes to Cameron Wagner, Nebraska is the odds-on favorite, and it isn't close. But there was a recent headline around him that he's visiting a bunch of schools this year. Notre Dame, you got Ohio State in there, you got Auburn in there. Now, he will not be visiting Nebraska this season. And a lot of Husker fans are freaking out. They're saying, are we out of it for Cameron Wagner? Absolutely not. If anything, this should make you feel more confident that we're going to land him because he's already visited Nebraska 3 times. He already knows that he loves the Huskers. So he's basically saying, okay, Nebraska's number 1, and I want to commit there, but I'm going to check out some more schools before I make the decision. And what's going to happen is Cameron sits here probably in December and says, you know what? I like Ohio State. I like Notre Dame. But that didn't come close to what I saw in Nebraska. And I already got one of my best friends there playing quarterback in Trey Taylor. So Cameron Wagner is somebody I expect to commit to the Huskers by the time we potentially get to December, January. He's going to make this known pretty much after the season. Then let's go to number 6. Another wide receiver the Huskers have been surging for recently, coming out of Miami, Florida, none other than Nick Lanier. Man, this guy's a stud. I mean, this guy is special. We need more Miami players, specifically out wide out, because those guys are dogs. Again, you got the hands, and he checks all the box when it comes to hands. He contested catchability, spectacular catches, one-handed grabs. He reminds me of Cortez Mills, but he's a little more speedy than Cortez, a little bit better route running as a high school prospect at least. And again, bunch of big-time offers there. So again, he visited Nebraska for that 77 tournament. He balled out. He loved it in Lincoln. He was wearing some Nebraska merch the other day. Now, again, there's some big-time schools going after him, like a Miami. You got Syracuse surging. You got Georgia in here. So it's going to be hard for the Huskers to land him. Definitely a lot harder than Tay Ellis, but I'm never going to sell the Keel short, pun intended. That's somebody who, again, is a great recruit for Nebraska. And when we have success this season, it's going to be easier to land a guy like Nick Lanier, so watch out for him. All right, let's get to the top 5 for the Huskers. All these guys are pretty much 5-star prospects, and all of them Nebraska has a legit chance at landing. Let's go to the offensive line. In the number 1 interior lineman in America, I believe is a 5-star according to one recruiting site, Albert Simeon. This is a big-time prospect, and it's pretty much down to right now LSU and the Huskers. He's already visited Nebraska multiple times along with Louisiana State. So Albert Simeon is somebody who, from a weight standpoint, it's all good weight. He's so dominant in the running game, pancake city all the time, developed in the pass pro. The second he gets to whatever school he commits to, he's going to play right away. He's an instant impact guy with that high ceiling you're looking for. So Albert Simeon probably will be visiting Nebraska once again this fall. Somebody who you got to get blue chips on this offensive line. Okay. I want blue chips on the O-line and the secondary more than anything. And at the quarterback spot. We need more 5-stars here. Albert Simeon, somebody Nebraska needs to land. They've been going after him for a very long time now. But again, 2-horse race as it stands between Nebraska and LSU. I think LSU probably is the favorite. I won't lie there. That's the hometown squad. But Nebraska at the second spot. But if you win this season, it changes a lot. And we could potentially win his commitment before next summer. And then let's just go to the number 1 interior offensive line. Or excuse me, the number 1 offensive tackle in the class of 2027, none other than Mark Matthews. He's number 1 according to a couple recruiting sites. According to On3, he's number 2, just second to Kennedy Brown, who Nebraska's also going after. But Mark Matthews is a stud. Again, 6'5", 300 pounds. He visited Nebraska in June for that 77 tournament. Trey Taylor's peer recruiting him left and right. So Mark Matthews has made it very known that he's interested in Nebraska, and he wants to visit once again this fall. But he's also made it very known that he doesn't really want to leave the Southeast, that he's interested in schools like Florida, Miami, Florida State, Alabama, even Georgia even. So it's going to be hard to pull him away from that area. But he said in a couple interviews that if there's one school that's going to do it, it's going to be Nebraska, because he was that impressed and he loves Matt Rhule and his coaching staff. So once again, I don't know what Donnie Raiola is doing. He wasn't a phenomenal recruiter when he started here in Nebraska, but something changed. I mean, he's going after multiple 5-stars on the offensive line. And I don't even have Kennedy Brown on this list, who's the number 1 offensive tackle, number 2 player in the class. I think he's actually number 1 player in the class now. I didn't include him because it isn't as realistic as these other guys, but Nebraska is still pursuing him as well. I mean, we're just going after 5-stars left and right. Like we gotta land him, obviously, but Donnie Raiola is doing a heck of a job. All right, we've made it to the top 3. let's get things started with the third prospect Nebraska needs to land in this 27 class. It's getting game-changing running back. Let's get ourselves Noah Roberts on Nebraska. They will likely land 2 running backs in this cycle. Noah Roberts, coming out of Basha, is the best of all worlds. He's 6'1", incredibly tall for running back. He's 190. He's blazing quick. He's blazing fast at the same time. So not only, again, does he have that 4.4 time, but he can go from 0 to 100, which I think is honestly better as a running back. You want to be quick. You want to have great acceleration. Okay, that's a little bit more valuable as a running back, especially in the Big Ten. So not only is he fast, is he shifty, he can make you miss in a phone booth, but he also has a physical bit to him. He's 190. Like he's a bigger built guy. So Noah Roberts checks a lot of boxes. I mean, let's just look at the offer list, right? I mean, speaks for itself here. You got Bama, you got Miami, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio State, Oregon, right? I mean, it's incredible. But he visited Nebraska this spring. He also visited Nebraska last year as well. The Huskers have been involved for a long time here. Watch out for Noah Roberts. And then again, I would love to pair him with Kylon Haney in this class. That would be a great combo. You got a little speed, you got a little bit of power. Man, that got me salivating. Let's get that. But again, a lot of work we need to do on the field to make it a reality. And then JuJu Johnson's going to come at number 2 for Nebraska. I told you guys that I value speed in that secondary, and I value guys who make game-changing plays, who have that first-round aspirations. JuJu Johnson's exemplifies that. I mean, he's unbelievable. Best player, in my opinion, coming out of California. He's a 5-star prospect. He visited Nebraska for that 77 tournament. He was impressed. We're in his top 10 right now. You got some big-time schools. You got USC, you got Bama. But as it stands, it looks like he will be visiting Nebraska once again this fall. He's going to give us an opportunity. Addison Williams has been doing a really good job. So the dominoes are going to fall in the secondary specifically. You're great. You got Torrey Pittman, and you feel awesome about him. But if you can win and offer enough in NIL, we'll talk about that, you get a guy like Shamon Stanford. You might get a JuJu Johnson. You might get, a Bryson Brown, right? Addison Williams, now's your time, man. Now's your time. But JuJu Johnson, game changer with his speed, size, explosion, and just game-changing ability to go up and get interceptions. Man, he's a stud. Just turn on his film because it's fun to watch. All right. I saved the best for last. Number 1 player, I think, is a must get. I mean, if there's just one player, we just need to throw money at him. Like, unload the money trucks in this guy's backyard. You kind of already know who this is. Number 1 tight end in America, 6'7", 230 pounds, Ahmad Hudson. When he went to Lincoln in June and played in that 77 tournament, I tell you, that was the greatest performance I've seen from a recruit in Lincoln ever. Like, even better than Micah Parsons on Friday Night Lights a couple years ago. Like, Ahmad Hudson was on a different level. I mean, I think he had over 10 touchdowns that day. It was incredible with his size. I mean, 6'7", he's huge, but he doesn't play like he's 6'7". He's not stiff at all. He is very fluid. He's a contested catchability, obviously, as you'd expect. He got some speed in him as well. I mean, he's incredible, man. I mean, he's incredible. You need him to be, a combination matchup with Trey Taylor. Like, those guys need to be best friends. And Trey Taylor's been recruiting him for a long time. We'll see what happens here with Ahmad Hudson. But I will tell you this, like, Nebraska right now is number 2, and they're a distant number 2. Like, Louisiana State's the favorite. Okay, he grew up to be an LSU fan. He wants to go to LSU right now. But again, a lot can change. What if LSU doesn't win this season? What if Nebraska does? But Ahmad Hudson, like, this is somebody where you just got to unload the money trucks. Say, hey, we'll offer you whatever it takes. Blank check. Commit to Nebraska right now because we need you to pair up with Trey Taylor. Be his best friend on the field and off the field. When we're, scrambling on 3rd down, let's throw up to Ahmad Hudson. Easy conversion, right? Because that, he just has that ability at tight end to change the game. Nobody can guard him one-on-one. Because when you're that tall, just block it up to him and he's going to make a play. So Ahmad Hudson, I'm going to put him at the number 1 spot. All right, guys. Those are the top 10 prospects. I believe Nebraska needs to land in the class of 2027. Now, of course, I know a lot of people are going to go in the comment section and they're going to say a couple things. They're going to say, well, this looks way too good to be true. Well, you're right. I mean, there are a bunch of 5-stars we just talked about, but I'll tell you this, there's just so much momentum going around right now with the program, with the winning, with the NIL, with already 2 5-stars in this class. So it's not as unforeseen as maybe it would be 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Okay. People are also going to say that, okay, we just need to win and we need to offer enough on NIL, but winning matters the most. And you're absolutely right. It does. It does. Winning matters, and you got to go ahead and win 10 games a season. If you want to have a top 10 class, I want to make this very clear. You need to win 10 games. It's not 8 games. It's not 9 games. You need to win 10. That's the cutoff. So yes, in order to land, the majority of these guys, 5 of these guys, you got to land, you got to win 10 games. Okay. If you only win 8, you might only land 2 of those guys we talked about. You might only land 1. Okay. You got to win 10. And at the end of the day, the thing that matters even more than that is NIL. Like, even if you win 10, but you're not aggressive in NIL, you ain't going to land anybody because nobody's going to commit to you to play for no money, right? It's all about the greedy dollar bill nowadays. So when Nebraska wins this year, we're going to offer enough in NIL. We're going to literally land about 25, 30 prospects in this class anyways. Just have some belief. But it all stems on winning, okay? If we don't have a great year this season, yes, this list probably won't come true, okay? But I'm expecting us to win. I think you are too. Okay, there's dominoes. You win the season, great recruiting class, change the program forever, and continue to win. This is the norm. So let me know your thoughts down below about everything. Hey, who do you want the most? I want to hear your thoughts. I mean, don't even say Ahmad Hudson. Say somebody else. I know a lot of you guys love Ahmad Hudson. I do too. Who out of all the other guys, who do you want the most? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Hey, you made this far in the video. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go be great. Go Mutt Roll, and I'll see you in the next one.